Peace, y'all. So I just came back from the movies. I went on one of my infamous solo dates, and I went to see the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I had heard some things about this movie and how it was going to be sad, but I was like, it's going to be sad. It's not going to be like crazy sad. Y'all didn't warn me. Like, y'all did not warn me that this movie was going to be oh so sad. Like, sad. Like, sad. Like, your girl had to shed some thug tears in the movie theater. And thankfully, I went to the 3D version. I didn't mean to, but it was the only time slot that I could go to the movies today on my day off. So I was like, I'll just go to the 3D one. So I ended up going to 3D one. And it was like me and like one other guy in the movie theater. So it was really nice because there was nobody there. So I was like, yay. And so I went in and I was wearing the glasses and nobody was there anyways. But even if still, they wouldn't really have been able to see me like tear up because I was wearing the glasses. But man, y'all did not warn a sister about none of this. Also, before I actually went into the movie theater, I went to one of those little, you know, the little photo booth things they have at theaters. Yeah, I went into one of those because I hadn't done it in like a long time. And I was like, let me just do it for fun. So I took some pictures on the little thing. So that was cute. It was like a little time before the movie started where I was just like sitting there. So I was like, let me just do this. This looks fun. Anyways, let's get down to the actual movie. So I personally am a really big Guardians of the Galaxy fan. I saw the first Guardians of the Galaxy when I was visiting one of my really good friends in Arizona, and she took me to the theater to go see the movie with her. And that movie was so good. It was funny, it was action-packed, it was all the things that just make me really happy, right? And I was like in love. And so I saw that movie in theaters, and then I think I saw that movie on like either streaming, cable, like a million times after that. I don't even know. Like I saw it so many times. Like it was like crazy. So it became one of my favorite Marvel movies. And then I ended up not seeing the second movie in theaters. I think I ended up watching that one either on cable or streaming. Either way, I like the second one a lot. I like the first one better, but I definitely like the second one a lot. And then seeing them in Infinity Wars and in Endgame was really sweet and really special. And seeing the connection they had with Thor was really cool. And, you know, I watched Thor Love and Thunder, right? And I really like that movie because Thor is one of my favorite Marvel superheroes. And so I really like that movie. But I also had wished that there was more with Thor and the Guardians together, right? Because it felt like there wasn't enough time during that movie. Like, I know it's a Thor movie, so obviously they have to focus on Thor and, like, all of his, you know, people and his storyline. But I just really wanted to see more of him and the Guardians because it was so funny and such a good dynamic. Especially since Gamora wasn't there at the time, because of everything that happened in Endgame. So it was like, I would have loved to see Thor and the Guardians together, but unfortunately we didn't get that. But that's okay, because it was still really enjoyable. The first part of Thor Love and Thunder with the Guardians and Thor, that was really funny, and I love that part. So going into this movie, you know, I was like, okay, I kept hearing people talk about the fact that Rocket might die, right? And I was like, not Rocket. Like, we already dealt with Groot, but Groot came back, so it was fine, you know, whatever. So I was like, maybe it won't be that serious. Maybe it'll be like something super simple and like it won't really be that serious, and maybe he won't actually die. It'll just be like one of those, oh, he almost died, but then comes back type of thing. Like, it'll be okay. Y'all, the adrenaline in my body during this entire film. First of all, 11 out of 10. 11 out of 10, hands down. Like, I usually am giving films, specifically Marvel films, like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, right? This one was an 11 out of 10. And I was intrigued the entire film. Like, I wasn't thinking about anything else the entirety of the viewing. right? So like I said, I ended up watching it in 3D. And first of all, the Little Mermaid trailer, which if y'all are thinking about going to see that movie and y'all were thinking about going to see it in 3D, you 110% should, because the graphics of The Little Mermaid look so good in 3D. Like, just the trailer alone looks incredible in 3D. Just FYI. Just FYI. Anyways, so yeah, I saw this movie in 3D, and at first I thought, I haven't seen a movie in 3D in a while, so I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this, because I don't really know. Like, 3D is cool, but I'm not, like, really the biggest fan of it, so I was like, I don't know. Yo, I'm so glad that I picked 3D. Like, I am so glad, because the graphics in this film are top notch, honestly. And, yeah, oh my god. This movie is just, like, Guardians of the Galaxy movies are normally just really, like, silly, but action-packed, but, like, have a lot of humor, and are just, like, this rough band of different creatures that come together to be the Guardians of the Galaxy. This film was so sad. It was so sad, like 90% of the film. Like, yeah, there was still some cute little jokes that people would have from time to time. And yeah, there was like the Gamora and Peter type of like jokes and like, silly little thing and, Mantis and her jokes and all that. But then there's this whole subline, or it's really just the whole basis of the movie, about Rocket. And about how Rocket came to be. And it's so freaking sad. They needed to have a warning on this film for people who cannot handle animal cruelty and near deaths. Because literally, there's like at least 5 different near deaths in this film. And I'm like, each and every time I'm like, because it was like this close to somebody dying, and like not even in like a they're gonna come back and they're gonna be able to like live. No, and I'm like, you're probably gonna die, and then in the last second they just end up living, and I'm like, my heart cannot take this again. And then all of Rocket's story, and then learning about Rocket's friends from the beginning when he was getting experimented on by that evil wacko, and then he has his friends like Lila and them, and then what happens to them, it's just so freaking sad. And then Rocket like fighting for his life, like 90% of the movie is just sad. It's just sad. And then I'm just telling you, if you go see this movie, the entire movie is so sad. I'm just putting it out there now. It is so sad. Like, I was sort of warned that it was going to be sad, but like, I didn't know it was going to be this intense of sadness. Like, it was just so freaking sad. And Guardians of the Galaxy is not supposed to be this sad, okay? But I've noticed, and I guess we're in that phase, and I just have to be okay with it, right? I have noticed that the last few Marvel movies that I've gone to see have just been sad on top of sad on top of sad. Like, I was like, these are supposed to be lighthearted, fun films for families, right? They said, nah, we're taking from the comic books. And we're taking from the comic books. That means we're going to go deep. I said, all right, fine. So, you just want me to cry for the rest of my life? That's fine. That's fine. Like, I don't like it, but that's fine. I'll deal with it. Like, for real. Like, come on now. Like, ever since Endgame and Infinity Wars, I feel like I've just been sad for all of these Marvel movies. Like, yes, like I said, they've all had their jokey jokes. They've all had their stuff. But, like, the last few Marvel movies have just been sad for sad's sake. And I don't like it. I love it, actually. I love it, actually, because it means they're putting a lot of heart into these films, and I really appreciate that. But it's still really hard to watch some of your favorites go through all that heartache and hardship, right? It's just not fair. It's not fair. Did I want Gamora and Peter to end up back together at the end? Yes, I did. Did they end up back together at the end? Not really. And it's okay, because they went on their separate paths, and they came to a mutual understanding, and so that's all that matters. And, Gamora's not going to be Gamora that we knew before anymore, and that's okay, but she's come around to the Guardians, understands who they are, and isn't at war with them, and isn't mad at them, and isn't, like, trying to, like, you know, feel any kind of animosity towards them. And Peter has learned that he can't put the old Gamora on the new Gamora because it doesn't work like that. So it's fine. It's fine. They're not going to be together, and that's okay, because they might come back together in another way. I don't know. It did say at the end of the film that we were going to get Star-Lord to come back in some form in another movie one day. So, you never know. You never know. But for now, the Guardians of the Galaxy chapter is over. And that's okay, because it's time for some new adventures to come. And I'm so excited. So, yeah. I saw the trailer for the Marvels, and I'm excited about that because it's all females, and you know I'm in love with all the female characters, so I love it. And yeah, I'm just excited for the new ventures. So I'm kind of okay that recently we've been getting like the last chapters of a lot of like the original Avengers and their stories. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, if you're going to see this movie, I'm warning you right now, you're gonna cry. Especially if you love animals. Especially if you have a big heart and you're empathic and you just are caring for humanity and animals and like you're just really into the story. Because baby, I did not expect to cry, but it just happened. Like a tear just fell down my cheek and I was like, that was not supposed to happen, but it did. So I'm warning you now, if you go see this movie, you're gonna cry. It's gonna be intense and you're gonna cry. But that's okay. It's okay, but it's not okay because it's so sad. But no, it's okay. And I'm not going to tell you if Rocket lives or not, so you have to go see the movie for yourself. But just know it's going to be a really, really, really crazy ride, but a good one. And yeah, I just think they blew it out of the park with this one, and I'm just so happy that they went out with a bang and just really did the Guardians of the Galaxy justice, because I just truly love these movies so much. And I think it's because not only is it just like the fun nature of it, the action-packed of it, but I think it's also the music that they put throughout these films. Like, I was watching this one, and there's a fight scene where the Beastie Boys' No Sleep Till Brooklyn starts playing. And who doesn't want to see a fight scene with the Guardians of the Galaxy where the Beastie Boys' No Sleep Till Brooklyn is playing? Like, no one. Like, that's epic. Like, that's amazing. Like, the music choices on these films specifically have been incredible. Like, Marvel movies overall have really good soundtracks and, like, really good scores. But, like, the Guardians of the Galaxy really, 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 really feed my, like, musical happiness. And I just love it. I love it so much. So, yeah, I 1000% recommend you go and see this movie. And it's just so good. So sad. So sad. But so good. But so sad. I can't even say anything else. It's just, like, so freaking sad. But so freaking good. And, yeah, I'm really glad I got to see this in theaters. I'm really glad I got to see this chapter of the Guardians of the Galaxy in theaters and end it this way. And I am excited to see what they have next in store for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because you know I'll be there to watch the next installment. So this movie gets an 11 out of 10. A million out of a million, I don't know, but like this movie it really won me over. I was already a Guardians of the Galaxy fan, and this one just pushed me over the edge. Like, this is probably one of my favorite trilogies of all time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yes, please go watch it. Let me know how you feel about it. And let me know if you also cried in theater like me, because it was